You trust your cabin steward to keep your sanctuary clean, but behind the friendly smile and those clever towel animals is a set of rules they aren't allowed to break, and secrets they strictly forbidden from sharing. From the truth about those fresh bedsheets to the shocking reason you should never use the room glasses, I'm pulling back the curtain on the hidden world of cabin service. Most cruisers have no idea they're being quietly monitored and rated. Pay close attention, because secret number 7 involves a code red that could ruin your entire vacation before you even unpack. 1. The glassware biohazard. Most passengers walk into their cabin and see two sparkling clean glasses sitting on the vanity, ready for a drink. You assume they've been through a high-temperature industrial dishwasher in the galley, but the dirty truth is much simpler. Stewards are often under such extreme time pressure during the turnaround window, flipping up to 20 cabins in just a few hours, that they simply don't have time to lug glassware down to the kitchens. Instead, many stewards are forced to rinse the glasses in your bathroom sink using lukewarm water and a quick wipe with a rag. Sometimes, that rag isn't even fresh. It's the same one used to wipe the counters. An ex-steward for a major line revealed that during the rush, the goal is visual cleanliness, not actual sanitation. If it looks shiny, it's clean. This means the previous guest's germs, or even the chemicals used to clean the bathroom, could still be on that glass when you take your first sip of water. Never use the provided cabin glasses. Instead, bring your own reusable water bottle or wash the glasses yourself with hot, soapy water before the first use. 2. The bedspread no-go zone. You probably know that the sheets are changed between every sailing. But have you ever thought about that heavy decorative duvet or the colorful runner at the foot of the bed? Stewards are forbidden from telling you that these items are almost never washed. While the white linens go to the laundry after every guest, those thick bedspreads might only see a washing machine once every few months, or only if they are visibly stained. Think about what happens on those bedspreads. People sit on them with dirty, port-day clothes, toss their salt-crusted backpacks onto them, or even sit on them with bare skin. A steward on a Carnival ship once admitted that unless there is a major accident, that duvet stays on the bed for sailing after sailing. It is essentially a giant germ magnet that looks clean but is teeming with bacteria from dozens of previous strangers. As soon as you enter your cabin, peel off the top decorative bedspread or runner and shove it into the back of the closet for the remainder of the trip. 3. The naughty or nice manifest. Before you even step foot on the ship, your steward likely knows more about you than you realize. They have access to a guest manifest that logs your history with the cruise line. If you were a difficult passenger on a previous Royal Caribbean or NCL sailing, meaning you complained constantly, left the room a total disaster, or removed your automatic gratuities, that information is often flagged in their internal system. The steward uses this to decide how much extra effort to put in. If you're labeled a problem guest, they might follow the rules to the letter but skip the little extras, like leaving extra chocolates or ensuring you have extra towels without asking. They are quietly rating your behavior every day. If you leave your room in a state of chaos, they aren't just cleaning it, they are documenting it. This matters because it can affect your internal reputation with the line, making it harder to get upgrades or favors in the future. Keep your cabin relatively tidy and greet your steward by name on day 1 to ensure you start your trip on their nice list. 4. The 2-knock safety scan. Have you noticed that stewards always knock twice and announce themselves loudly before entering? It's not just about politeness. They are trained to perform a safety scan the moment they cross the threshold. While they are making your bed, they are forbidden from telling you that they are actually searching for fire hazards. Fire is the #1 danger at sea, and stewards are the frontline defense. They are scanning for unapproved power strips, clothing irons, candles, or even hidden kettles. If they spot a non-compliant multi-plug outlet tucked behind your nightstand, they are required to confiscate it and report it to security. They also check for clutter near the balcony doors, as blocking an exit is a major safety violation. Most cruisers think they are just being helpful, but they are essentially acting as unofficial safety inspectors for the bridge. Only bring cruise-approved, non-surge protected power strips and keep your electronics in plain sight to avoid a surprise search and seizure by the crew. 5. The carpet fungal trap. Cruise ship cabins are high-traffic areas, and while the carpets are vacuumed daily, They are almost never deep cleaned or shampooed during the short turnaround window. Consider the math. Thousands of people walk through that cabin every year. They bring in sand from the beach, oil from the streets of Rome, and countless spills that get spot cleaned but never fully removed. Stewards know the carpets are among the dirtiest surfaces in the room, but they are instructed to keep moving. If you walk around your cabin in bare feet, you are essentially picking up a cocktail of bacteria and fungi from everyone who stayed there before you. An ex-steward once noted that the sea smell in some older cabins is actually just years of moisture trapped in the carpet fibers that haven't been properly dried. Treat your cabin floor like a public sidewalk and always wear flip-flops, slippers, or socks when walking around your room. 6. The service alley years. Many passengers feel that their cabin is a soundproof vault where they can discuss anything, but the walls on a cruise ship are notoriously thin. What most people don't realize is that behind your headboard or bathroom wall, there is often a service alley, a narrow corridor where stewards and maintenance staff move between cabins unseen. Stewards can hear almost everything you say, especially if you are arguing or discussing contraband you've sneaked on board. There have been cases where stewards had to report guests to security after overhearing plans to bring drugs on board or witnessing domestic disputes. They are instructed to keep these ears open for the safety of the ship. Your privacy isn't as absolute as you think, and your private conversations could easily become ship-wide gossip in the crew mess. If you have truly private or sensitive information to discuss, wait until you are on an open deck or keep your voices at a very low volume. 7. The Code Red Quarantine Secret. This is the one secret that can absolutely end your vacation in 5 minutes. If you mention to your steward that you have an upset stomach or feel a little nauseous, they are legally and contractually obligated to report it to the medical center immediately. They are forbidden from looking the other way because of the fear of norovirus outbreaks. Once reported, you won't just get a Pepto-Bismol. You will likely be placed under Code Red quarantine. This means security will come to your door, and you'll be locked in your cabin for 24 to 48 hours. The steward will have to bring you meals on plastic trays and wear a hazmat-style suit to enter your room. Most cruisers think they are just making small talk with the steward about feeling off, not realizing they are triggering a mandatory isolation protocol. If you are just suffering from minor motion sickness, don't use words like sick or nauseous with the staff. Instead, go directly to guest services for a C-band or ginger candy. 8. The Remote Control Germ Factory. The most dangerous item in your room isn't the toilet handle or the doorknob. It's the television remote. While stewards are taught to wipe down high-touch surfaces, the remote control is frequently overlooked during the 12-minute cleaning window. Because it's made of plastic with dozens of tiny crevices around the buttons, it is a perfect breeding ground for viruses. A study on hotel and cruise cabin hygiene found that remotes often contain higher levels of fecal matter and respiratory droplets than any other surface in the room. Stewards don't have the time to sit there with a Q-tip cleaning between the volume up and channel down buttons. You retouching the germs of every person who flipped through the channels for the last 6 months. Pack a small Ziploc bag in your suitcase, slide the remote inside it on day 1, and zip it up. The buttons will still work perfectly through the plastic. 9. The Towel Animal Time Drain. Everyone loves a towel animal, but stewards are often forbidden from telling you that they actually hate making them. On many lines, making these sculptures is a mandatory part of the evening turn-down service, but it adds an extra 3 to 5 minutes per room. When a steward has 20 rooms to flip, those minutes are stolen from actual cleaning time. If your steward is forced to spend time folding a monkey or an elephant, they might have to cut corners elsewhere, like not dusting the top of the TV or skipping the deep scrub of the shower floor. They are pressured to prioritize the wow factor over the hygiene factor. By encouraging towel animals, you are inadvertently signaling that you care more about the art than the cleanliness of your bathroom. Leave a friendly note for your steward on the first night, saying no towel animals needed this week, which frees them up to focus on deep cleaning your room instead. 10. The Minibar Swap Scam. Stewards are responsible for checking the minibar, but they are trained to check the seals, not necessarily the contents. One of the dirtiest secrets they wouldn't tell you is that previous guests are notorious for tampering with the minibar to avoid high charges. They might drink the vodka and refill it with water, or drink the gin and refill it with mouthwash. If the seal looks even remotely intact, the steward might miss it during the rush. If you open that bottle later, you're not only drinking someone else's tap water, but you will be the one stuck with the $15 charge on your final bill. The steward will assume you were the one who tampered with it. It's a common he said, she said, nightmare that happens on almost every sailing. On day 1, take a photo of your minibar contents and check every single seal. If anything looks loose or suspicious, call guest services immediately to have it replaced. 11. The truth about pooled gratuities. When you pay your automatic daily gratuities, you assume that money is going directly into your steward's pocket. The secret they are forbidden to talk about is that on many major lines, those auto tips are pooled and used to supplement the crew's base salary. The steward might only see a fraction of that $16 a day fee you're paying. If you remove the automatic gratuities at guest services, you aren't just saving money. You are actively hurting your steward's livelihood, as the cruise line tracks who removes tips, and it can reflect poorly on the steward as performance review. However, if you give them $20 in cash on the first day, that money is theirs to keep. Cash is the only way to ensure your gratitude actually reaches the person doing the work. Leave the automatic gratuities on to support the whole crew, but give your steward a small cash tip on day 1 to ensure you get the absolute best service for the rest of the week. 12. The steward's secret master key. The final secret is about the master key. Every steward carries a card that can bypass your do not disturb, sign, and even the deadbolt in some cases. While they are instructed to respect your privacy, they are forbidden from telling you that they are required to enter your room at least once every 24 hours for a welfare check. If you leave your do not disturb sign out for 2 days straight, the steward has to report it to security, and they will enter your room whether you are in there or not. They aren't trying to be intrusive. They are checking to make sure you haven't had a medical emergency or aren't doing something illegal. Most people assume the sign is a total shield, but on a cruise ship, the crew's right to safety checks always overrides your sign. Never leave your do not disturb sign out for more than 24 hours. If you want total privacy, call your steward and tell them exactly when you'll be out of the room. Conclusion. Your cabin steward is your best friend on the ship, but they are operating within a system designed to prioritize speed and visual perfection over everything else. By knowing these 12 dirty secrets, you can protect your health and ensure you get the VIP treatment you deserve without falling into the common traps. If these insider tips saved your next vacation, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments which secret shocked you the most. Want to stay safe on your next trip? Watch 12 reasons you could be kicked off your cruise in 5 minutes right here. Happy cruising!